Okay, this will be the RCM Level 2 technical portion of the exam. I won't be doing anything regarding your pieces, but this will just be the technical portion and I'll show you how it's done, okay? So this will be the scales, the 2 octave scales in G major, okay? So I'm gonna start off with just your scales, okay? G major, ready? 80 to the quarter, okay? Remember that. So this will be almost exactly on tempo. If you play it like that, exactly that speed, it will basically be perfect, okay? And now we're gonna move on to F major, okay? Remember the 4 in your right hand, okay? Never use your 5 in your F major. It will make you mess up the fingering and in turn you will mess up the scale, most likely, okay? Ready? F major. That is F major, okay? And now we're gonna move on to B flat major, 2 octave scale. This one is a little harder because it has alternated fingerings between your left and right hand, okay? Remember, for your left hand, it has 4 on your E flat every single time, and for your right hand, it has 3 every single time for your E flat, okay? So I will give a demonstration, okay? And this will be the exact speed that they want you to play it as. Right, and that will be perfect. That's B flat major, okay? And now we're gonna move on to the minors, okay? There will be harmonic and melodic minors, okay? So I'll first start off with all the harmonic minors, okay? This will be E harmonic minor, okay? I'm gonna play it right now. 3, 2, 1. That is E harmonic minor, okay? Now I am going to D minor, okay? The next one will be D minor. 3, 2, 1. That is D minor harmonic minor, okay? And this will be G harmonic minor, which will be our next harmonic minor, okay? 3, 2, 1. Right, that is G harmonic minor, all done, okay? Those are all the harmonic minors that you will have to play. And now we're gonna move on to the melodic minors, okay? So the next one will be melodic minors. Remember, the 6th note of the harmonic minor is raised by 1 semitone. And on the way down, it is all natural, the 7th and the 6th, okay? Ready? I just need to remember this. E minor, I think. 3, 2, 1. Yes, just like that, right? That is E melodic minor done. And now we will move on to D melodic minor. This one is a little different because D harmonic minor has 2 black notes going on the way up, right? But this time we'll only have 1 note, black note going on the way up and 1 black note going on the way down, okay? It will be alternating between D flat going on the way up and then B flat going on the way down, okay? So watch. 3, 2, 1. And that is D melodic minor. Good. And now we're gonna move on to G melodic minor. It will be the same concept, right? Just like D minor, remember, but this time it's 2 black notes going on the way up and 2 black notes going on the way down. So, ready? Go. Right? G melodic minor, and that is right there, okay? And just remember, D melodic minor and G melodic minor have the same pattern, okay? They raise 1 note on the way up, and then they decrease 1 note on the way down. It's always going to be the same, okay? Just remember, those are the 2 tricky ones, okay? And there goes our there goes our 2-octave scales, and we have just finished them, okay? And now I'll go over the C major formula pattern, okay? This should be very technically fine, and it should be just like C major, but just with a twist, okay? So I'll play it right now. Good. And just remember that C major formula pattern, that was exact tempo. That is perfect tempo right there, okay? That is 80 to the quarter, just like your scales, okay? And now I'm gonna show you G major formula pattern scale, okay? Ready? And that is G major formula pattern, okay? And I just want to show you a trick with G major formula pattern that you can play better with. It's all about tucking the 1 under when you're splitting up your hands, alternating left and right, okay? So I'll show you one more time, but slower. Watch, and then I tuck my 1 under my 4, and then I switch it up, and then I can go past it like this. Right? I did a brief pause at the places I want you to tuck your 1 under your 4th finger. Once you play the 4th finger on A, I want you to tuck your 1 under, and then you can easily play the next note after that. So you can put your 2 on your F sharp in G major formula pattern, okay? Good. This will be the chromatic. Okay, the next one will be G chromatic scale, okay? This is also 80 to the quarter. This has a different technique. I will show you fast. It's very easy to play fast for me, but I'll show you the trick to how to play fast or onto speed or tempo. See, this is G chromatic. Right? That was very fast. That was already quite good, even though it was very fast, okay? And you only need to do half of that speed, okay? So you'll have to do this. Right? Make sure when you're going up, 1, 3, 1, 3. And then once you get to the white notes, the 2 white notes beside each other, use 1, 2. Only the 1, 2 fingering on both hands. And then once you go back to the black notes, use 3, 1, 3. And then you use the white notes again. You have to use 1, 2, 1, 2, and then G. And then when going back down, use the same fingering, 1, 2, right? 1, 2, right? And that's how you do G chromatic, okay? Very simple. And now we're on to our last part of the technical test part. So it will be the tonic triads of the chords, and also solid, blocked, and broken, okay? So now I want to point out some details about this, so that when you end these chords, I want you to hold the last note for double the value, okay? Because it's written in your book that the last note of each of these chords always has a half note. So I'll show you as a demonstration, okay? So starting with G major broken chords, okay? G major. 2 off, right? Just want to hold that end, right? That's very important. That is one of the key details they always want you to do with the chords, okay? Just hold it in the end. 2, 3, and off on 3, okay? And good. And you don't have to make it that dramatic. Okay, yeah. And then after that, you do these chords, and then F major comes, okay? 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, off, right? And that is perfect speed, okay? That is exactly the speed they will definitely want you to play at, okay? It is not too slow, it is just perfect, okay? And then now B flat major broken chords. These ones will be much harder, okay? It has much trickier fingering, and what I like to do as advice is that you want to probably push it. So usually when your hand is here, it's easier if you push your hand into the piano a little more, because then it'll be easier to play the following notes easier, right? So ready? B flat major broken chords. Right? You see? Make sure your hands are not moving too much. Like, do not move your wrists up and down too much. That will cause you to make mistakes, okay? Just make sure your hand is more inside of the piano when you're playing certain chords, like the B flat major broken chords, okay? Now on to E minor, okay? E minor is also very easy, broken chords, okay? Oops. Right, that is E minor broken chords, okay? Very, very easy. And then we go into the D minor broken chords, okay? Pretty much the same. You won't find any sharps or flats. D minor broken chords. That is D minor broken chords. And now time for the G minor broken chords, okay? Now it's interesting because G minor actually has a flat in these broken chords, okay? So I'll show you just the B flat. 3, 2, 1. And that is G minor broken chords, okay? And now for the blocked ones, I'll just quickly run them over. It's basically the exact same thing, okay? Remember to hold the ending for twice the value. And it's the same thing as the block chords. Just make sure you play it at half the speed, okay? Like this. G major, blocked chords. Oops. 2, off. Just like that, okay? And make sure to take your time, okay? Make sure you plant your hand in the right position and then play the chords, okay? F major. Be the F major solid chords, and now to B flat major. That is B flat major blocked chords, and now time for the minor chords. E minor blocked chords. 2, off. Good. And now D minor blocked chords. 2, off. Good. And now for the G minor blocked chords. 2 and off. Good. And now we are done the technical portion, the technical test, and now we are going to move on to the ear tests, okay? So this will be clapback, okay? The clapback ear test, students will choose to clap, tap, or sing the rhythm for a short time, and then the examiner will play it at least twice for you, okay? The examiner will tell you the time signature first, and then will count one measure before the beginning, okay? So he will count the measures like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should be your time signature, which is 4/4 time. The only time signatures will be 3/4 or 4/4 time, okay? Okay, so when you're gonna clap back, so it will clap for you like 2, 3. Like for example, like this. I want you to clap back to this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then I would like you to clap back to that. Make sure to tap with your feet for the rhythm, okay? So you have the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, right? So, and then if I were to clap back, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Make sure it's loud, make sure it's clear, and make sure you say the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? That will make you see that you're adamant, and you will see that you know the time signature very well, and it'll give you perfect marks for that, okay? As long as you do your best and clap the exact rhythm, they'll just do that. So you do that 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you just copy what I just did right there, you should get perfect marks, okay? But make sure you have to copy them, not me, okay? And, okay. Intervals. This is more interesting, okay? Intervals, students will be identified to ask any of the following intervals, okay? The examiner will play the interval in melodic form, okay? This means that it could be ascending or descending, okay? They could play it from up to down or down to up, okay? So I'll give an example, okay? So the students may choose, so you, the student, will maybe be able to choose or sing or even hum the following intervals, ascending or descending, okay? This will help you out a lot. And then you have to just identify them, okay? You will not have to play the intervals, you have to identify them. And in this RCM Level 2 exam, there will only be 3 intervals that you'll need to identify, ascending or descending, okay? The first one is minor third, okay? I'll give you the best strategy to memorize this. Minor third is the most odd one out, okay? The major third and the perfect fifth are the other two. So I'm just going to play a minor third for you. Duh, duh, right? It has an ominous sound to it, okay? If you hear an ominous sound, very likely you have a 33% chance to get it right, but if you think it's ominous enough, is for sure a minor third, okay? Like, duh, 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 right? A little mysterious, right? That's a minor third right there. If I play another one, like, duh, duh, that's minor third also. What about this one? Oops, sorry, not that one, but duh, duh, right? It's also very mysterious, very ominous, right? That is also a minor third. Or this one. Let's see. Duh, duh, right? Also ominous, that's minor third, okay? That is minor third, that is the trick to how to memorize them. Now, I'll go into a major third, okay? So this is one of the easier ones to memorize. I'll show you a trick to memorizing it. This is major third. Right? If you can sing out the melody, there's a melody that's associated with major third, which is, I think it's this one, so da 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 da, right? That it's only in the major third. Da 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 da, right? Or if you go into a different major third, you can do the same thing. Da 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 da. If you can make that sound in your head, you'll always be able to get major third right. And as long as it doesn't sound like minor third, you can just say it's major third, right? Or this one. Right? That's also a major third. Very good. And then the last interval is perfect fifth. And I'll teach you, this is the easiest one to memorize. It just sounds perfect. That's why I just make it sound like it's perfect, right? So this is the easiest one. Da, da, right? The most famous song associated with the perfect fifth is Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, right? Da, da, and you can make the sound in your head. Da, 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 right? Right, that's a perfect fifth. Da, 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 da. And then you can do another one, perfect fifth here. Right, that's also a perfect fifth because you can make the Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star with it. That's probably the easiest way to memorize. Or if you're just really good, you can also just, listen to it like this. That's perfect fifth going down. And then you can just switch it up and make it look like you're playing up, see? Or major third. Minor third. Right? That's just minor third. Minor third doesn't really have a piece associated with it other than maybe green sleeves, like or something like that, but I'm not too sure. I never learned it that way. Let's see. Chords, okay, so you will also be needed to identify chords, okay? So the student will ask to identify the quality of the major or minor chord of a triad after the examiner played it blocked or solid form once, okay? So what's really important is that you see that they will play it and then you have to identify if it's major or minor triad, okay, in its root position, okay? This will be very simple. So you've already played many blocked chords already, so it should be quite easy to identify. For example, if I play a C, what does that sound like to you, okay? right? As a harmonic kind of very, very upwards feeling. If it's an upwards feeling that you feel, it's a major, okay? Very simple. This is C major. And then I'm gonna play a different C. Duh, right? This is more ominous. Duh, right? If it's an ominous feeling, it's minor, okay? And I'll play different ones. D major and D minor, right? Duh. This is D major, right? Very uplifting. And then D minor. Duh, right? That's D minor. It's very ominous. Ooh, scary, right? And then let's go on to the other ones. Let's see. E major. Right? Very, woo, you know, makes a, like a bell, like very happy, right? And then E minor. Duh, very sad, very mysterious, right? Good. That's all you have to do. And then you just have to identify whether it's major or minor. Very simple, very easy. And it's also in root position. So it'll always be like what I'm playing right now. So B flat major would be, and that's B flat major. They'll play it like this, and you'll just have to say major, okay? You don't even have to say B flat major. You just have to say whether it's major or minor. And that's all for the chords section, okay? Okay, this one will be a little harder. This is called playback, okay? This is probably the harder portion of the exam. The playback will be the beginning note might be on the tonic, which is the first note of the scale, or the dominant, which is the fifth note of the scale, okay? So there will be 3 keys that they will choose from, which is G major, F major, and D minor, okay? And they will play a melody based on the 5 notes within any of the major or one of these keys, okay? So just be very, very careful. So I'll give an example, okay? This is G major. Okay, they will, say the examiner will first identify the key. So if I was the examiner, I'd say, this is G major. Okay, I will play the tonic triad once. Right, I'm the examiner. I just identify the key in G major, and I played the tonic triad in G major once, okay? And then I'm gonna now play the melody part of this G major, okay? I can choose any of the notes, and you will have to play it back to me. It will most likely be a 5 melody thing, okay? So for example, if it's in G major, I could start on, let's say D, okay, the dominant. Right? You won't be able to see that, but you will have to be able to listen to it and be able to play back that exact melody. Right? I started on the dominant note of G major, which is D, and then I played a 5-note melody. Da, 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 da. Right? Okay, that is the first example. I'll give one more example so it's a little easier on you, okay? So I'll give the example of F major, okay? So if I were the examiner, I would do this. F major. This is the tonic triad of F major. Right? This is F major tonic triad. And now I will play the melody and you will have to play it back to me, okay? Right? And then for that, you will have to play back the melody somewhere in F major. It could be anywhere, but you will have to use your ear to listen, okay? It will be one of the harder ones, but just do your best, okay? There's only G major, F major, and D minor that you will have to study. Nothing else, okay? Good? Good. Okay, last part of the sight reading. Okay, this will be quite a challenge. The sight reading playing portion will be the hardest part of this, but let's go over the rhythm first, okay? So for the given rhythm, the students will be asked to tap a steady beat with their hand or foot for 1 measure. My advice for this is that you tap the beat with your feet, okay? So for example, if it's 80 to the quarter like this, so I'm gonna tap with my foot. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now I have a steady beat, right? And then while you're continuing tapping, so while speaking, tapping, or clapping the given rhythm, okay? So what I advise you to do, keep the steady beat in your foot, right? And then I will be given a rhythm, and then you will see a rhythm ahead of you, either ahead of time or before time, so then this rhythm will be very easy to clap, okay? Remember to tap with your feet, steady rhythm, okay? This will never stop once you're doing this, okay? And then once you see the piece, okay, you'll be asked to clap it, or something like that, but most of the time just clap it like this, okay? See, if I see a piece in front of me, I'll do some improvisation, okay? And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 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 right? So also there could be rest in between. So tap rest, tap rest. So this is like if there was 8 rests in between, right? Or a whole rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? There could be a different rest, and that's how you just do rhythm. Okay? Make sure tap with your feet, right? A steady rhythm, and clap out the thing that's in front of you. And then they will see this on camera or in person, does not matter. But that should be the rhythm portion. Should be very fine, okay? Okay, this will be the this will be the playing portion of the sight reading, okay? Students will be asked to play a 4-measure melody, okay, written on the grand staff and divided between the hands, okay? You will see the treble clef, the key signature, the time signature, everything, okay? And the speed that they want you to play it as, okay? Melodies might move beyond the 5-finger scales, right? Like, for example, if it's a G major, that's a 5-finger scale, right? Just be very careful. And then they could have any keys in it. It could be C major, G major, F major, okay? Those are the major scales it could be in, or it could be in A minor or D minor, okay? And the time signature will most likely always be 4/4 time, so don't worry about that. If you're doing this online, that's very good because you will have you will be released the entire playing portion of the sight reading, so you can practice that ahead of time, which should be really easy for you. If you're doing that, well, I guess just practice as much as you can the night before the exam, okay? But if you're doing it in person, well, unlucky for you, I guess that's you'll just have to do your best, okay? Most people will not get this right. It takes a lot of practice, and it's very hard to get perfect marks on this if you're doing it in person. But yeah, other than that, just do your best on the sight reading portion. All I can say is try to identify the key signature and look at the patterns, okay? Look at the patterns before you play the piece, okay? Make sure to look at some, if you see some exact same places that are repeated twice, keep that in mind so that once you play it once, you can just play it again perfectly twice, and the examiner will know that, okay? There will be a lot of patterns, and yeah, just make sure to be very careful of the key signature, right? If there is a G major, that's a 1 sharp, right? There is a sharp on every F sharp, right? If it's a F major, right, there will be a flat on every B flat. Okay, and that concludes the portion of our technical portion of all the scales and rhythms, sight reading, playback, you know, everything. And that is it. And good luck on your pieces.